Recording is on.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of the bootcamp, which is the last day. I will give over to my colleague to do the overview of today's session, Mr. Kristen.
Excuse me, sir. There's no any audible sound. I don't know if it's only on my side.
Are you guys able to hear me now?
Yes, perfect, sir.
Sorry. Yeah. So today we just gonna focus on the recap from day 1 to 4. Make sure you guys have time to complete all the assignments and all the submissions that we need from you guys in order to build your portfolio of evidence so that we are able to issue you guys with your certificates. So that's the main program for today. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll hand over to Tato to lead today's session. So Tato will lead today's session and just uh, go through the recap, and then yeah, give you guys some time to complete the assignments. Um, just recap from my side before Tato jumps in. So day one, we focused on the basics of AI in terms of prompting principles and how to use it responsibly. Responsible. Then we mainly looked at the security, the ethics, privacy, POPIA, and safety checklist. Also, we looked into different kinds of frameworks in terms of how do we prompt or structure our prompts for the AI, and we looked at the CoStar and the RTF frameworks. Um, yeah, and then that so the CoStar is the context, objectives, situation, um, the task, the audience, and the results or response that you want, right? Here, the RTF framework looks at the role that you're issuing the task, and in, and then in terms of how you would want the feedback to look like. Um, yeah. So and then what we discussed is when you see certain or have certain prompts that works and gives you nice results, you then build a document on the side where you are able to store those um, as as a prompt library, so that you are able to reuse and refine those prompts. So that's what we looked at on day one. Day two, we basically looked at how do we use the AI to help us build our CV, understanding the ATS keyword mapping to be able to improve our CV, and then also how the different frameworks in terms of the achievement statements, making them to be to have measurable outcomes, right? If you so this is one key thing that I want to highlight with you guys, because when you guys were sending in your CVs, um, I was also responding to some of you, um, in terms of uh, look at the achievements framework in terms of how do you put your experience in this framework, having the action verb, the task, and the metric, right? Um, then we also looked at the LinkedIn. How do we set up our LinkedIn profiles? We looked at the visual, um, and the headline, the about, and the features section in terms of optimizing that using AI. And then also we looked at how do we prepare for interviews, um, and then answer the interview questions using the star framework as well. And that this is also um, the same the same thing. It's the situation, the what was your what was your task, and then what action did you take um, in terms of the situation, and then what was the result then, right? Yeah. So that was in terms of how we looked at how do we answer interview questions, the situation, explain the situation, what was our task, um, the action that we took in terms of the question that is being asked, and then the result from the action you took. So just using that framework when answering or or doing interviews, right? And then in terms of day three, what we looked at was the lean canvas model and the business model canvas. Then looking into how do we take an idea and then start to put this idea on paper and see if this idea is tangible, if it's feasible, And what we did was we used the AI to help us with coming up with with these ideas by helping us first identify the problems, right? Remember, we started with identifying the problems first. We didn't jump into straight into the solution. So first thing you want to do, and remember always, is one framework we like to use also is design thinking, where we empathize, understanding what is our customers' problems first, and who is our customers and what are their problems before we dive into the solution, right? So yeah, that's what we looked at. The lean canvas model. We also looked at identifying certain operational documents in terms of what the AI can help us generate. And one thing to remember always, that AI hallucinates, and that you always need to check and verify if everything is correct. If you leave it to the AI, believe me, you will run into problems, or make mistakes. Um, AI does make those mistakes, so you have to be the person that reviews it. Um, yeah. So that's basically what we did, and we were able to build a one-page business strategy using the lean canvas model, and AI to then build this one-page business strategy that enable us to basically build our long 20-30 page business plan, which we will then need for funding. Yeah. So so day three we focused on that. Day four we yesterday focused on vibe coding in terms of how do we use AI to build our website, right? Um, we introduced the Visual Studio Code IDE. We also looked at using different models to generate the code for us. We focused on the logic, and AI then helped us with focusing on the syntax, right? Um, yeah. So that's basically what we focused on. We built the website, we deployed it on GitHub and on Infinity Free. Yeah. So that is basically just a short recap. Um, I will give over to Tato now to take over the session from here, and then yeah, if you guys have any questions, please share them. Thanks, Tato. Floor is yours. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Kirsten, for that. Like my colleague said, so today we're gonna have a short session covering what we did past the week. So let me just share my screen. Yeah, so on day one we did the AIs and the prompting. AI and prompting. So we did the AI basics and the principles. So we know that we have different frameworks for prompting. We don't just prompt because when we enter, we need the results that we want. So we must give the AI the correct wording so that it gives us the correct answer. So we use the coaster and the RTF. So you give your prompts context and objectives. You style it. What is this? T. The tone. Yeah, you tone it. A. I forgot A. The audience that you want to give it. What is this? And the results that you will receive. So you know that we also have the safety checklist. What what you put, you have to be careful on what you put on the AI. So just we now see that people put in their pictures and whatnot. Also, we must check also when you put the safety, the personal information. So we'll check on the activity that we did on the first day. And ask the floor if you have any questions. What was the the problems that you faced answering the first question of day one? Let me just open day one. So can you see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so the first question was submit your 5 co-star prompts. So this means you have to submit each prompt must follow this one framework. Then the question number 2, it says you pick one and then you show the before and after. So the first one is your initial prompt before the coaster and after the coaster, how the difference, how it looks like. Number 3 is you show the POPIA rule or safety rule you applied when choosing to prompt to the AI. You provide one real use case, business, an idea, or a school for a prompt. So guys, for task 1, any struggles, or are you guys managed to submit all of you the task for day 1? You guys need the help for day 1's work, or everything is all right? You can unmute, you can type in the chats, anything is fine. Thanks, man.
I think they are fine because no one else is responding.
So everyone is all right with day 1's work. So we'll go to day 2. So day 2 was the CVs and the brand profiling. So you were showed how to use AI to manipulate your CV so that it becomes ATS friendly, because when you apply, the recruitment uses the keywords to go through your CVs and to do the shortlisting. So just check.
Recording is on.
So we were showed how to use AI.